He promised me a future, but while I worked 3 jobs to support us, he secretly bought a ring for another woman. When I found the receipt, he said coldly, "She's everything you're not." I smiled and whispered, "She'll know the truth soon." 2 weeks later, their engagement dinner ended in chaos when I met Travis on a slow Friday afternoon when my shift was almost over. I was wiping down the counter at Miller's Diner, trying to stay awake after pulling a double. He walked in with grease on his jeans and oil on his hands, the kind of man you don't notice right away until he smiles. And when he did, you noticed. He ordered a black coffee and a slice of cherry pie. I remember that, clear as day. A week later, he asked if I wanted to grab a drink after my shift. I hesitated, been through my share of dead-end guys, but something in his voice made me say yes. That drink turned into 3 years. He told me he wanted more from life. He had a plan to open his own garage. Said he needed someone who believed in him, who could hold things down while he got on his feet. I said, "I'm not afraid of hard work." And I proved it. While he focused on building his brand, most days watching YouTube videos about auto repair business strategies, I worked 3 jobs. Mornings at Miller's. Afternoons cleaning motel rooms out by Highway 13. Nights slinging beers and fried pickles at Rusty's Tap. He always said, "Just a little longer, babe. We'll be good." I skipped meals. Maxed out 2 credit cards. Let my car go because we only needed one, right? I still remember the day the repo guy came for it. Travis sat on the porch drinking a beer, while I cried into a dish towel. "I'll get you a better one someday," he said. Liar. One night, I came home around 2:30 a.m., soaked in sweat and beer. I tossed my bag on the floor and noticed his jacket on the chair. Something was sticking out of the pocket, half a receipt folded. I was just going to throw it away. But curiosity's a bitch. I unfolded it, squinting under the dim kitchen light. $6,498, vintage halo diamond ring, Robbins Jewelers. At first, I felt this burst of joy. He did it. He bought a ring. After everything, finally. But the high didn't last. The date on the receipt? 2 days ago. Same day, he told me he had no money to chip in for groceries. Same day, he watched me eat ramen while he ordered wings. I felt this cold crawl up my spine. My mind started racing. I checked the trash. No box.
No bag.
No sign of a ring. I didn't sleep, just laid next to him, staring at the ceiling, breathing through the rage. Next morning, I showed him the receipt. He barely looked at it. Just sipped his coffee. "Not for you," he said. I stood still. Didn't say a word. He set the mug down and stared me in the face like he'd been waiting to say it for years. "She's everything you're not.
She's soft.
She's quiet. She doesn't nag. She makes me feel like a man. You just remind me I'm a burden." I swallowed hard. I didn't cry. I didn't throw anything. I smiled. Then I leaned in, calm as a summer breeze, and whispered, "She'll know the truth soon." I found out her name within the hour. He didn't hide it well, left a birthday card on the kitchen counter with a note inside. "To Courtney, my sweet future."
Sweet. Right.
I did some digging. Facebook. Instagram. She worked at a beauty spa, posted quotes about manifesting good men, had a dog named Buttons, and wore her hair in curls too perfect to be natural. That weekend, she posted a picture of the ring.
Same one.
I knew the setting from the receipt. I waited.
Watched. Planned.
Their engagement dinner was 2 weeks later, at her parents' lake house in Osage Beach. I wasn't invited.
I didn't need to be.
I called up my cousin Tara, who worked at a local florist that was catering the event. I said I'd pay her $200 just to let me help load in the arrangements. She gave me a vest. I got in. Waited until the moment Travis stood to make his toast. I could hear the silverware tapping, glasses clinking. The whole room was glowing under those string lights like a damn movie. Then I stepped forward and said loud and clear, "Hope you're all ready for a toast, because I've got one hell of a story." Every face turned toward me. Glasses froze midair. I saw Courtney's mom gasp. Travis's jaw clenched so hard, I thought his teeth might crack. Courtney looked confused at first. Her big doe eyes searched my face, like she was trying to place me. Travis took one step toward me and hissed, "What the hell are you doing?" I raised my phone and calmly said, "Playing back your real toast, babe." I tapped a button. His voice filled the air, clear, undeniable. "I miss your body. I'm buying the ring for her, but I still need you. Just a few more weeks. I'll make it up to you. You're my secret break from all the pressure." I can't breathe around her. Courtney's wine glass dropped and shattered on the wooden floor. You know what silence sounds like? That's it. No birds, no breeze, just that stunned, quiet pain stretching across a crowd. Someone's uncle muttered, "Jesus Christ." Travis lunged at me, but her dad stepped in between us. "You touch her, and I'll bury you under this damn deck." Courtney looked like she'd been slapped. Her voice cracked when she said, "Is that real?" Travis tried to laugh it off. "She's crazy. Bitter. I broke up with her, and now she's trying to ruin." I pulled out a second receipt. Held it up. "This is the credit card receipt. That ring? You bought it with the emergency card I let you use under my name. You owe the bank, not me." Courtney's mother looked horrified. Her father looked like he might throw Travis into the lake. "I let you inside my house," he growled. "I trusted you with my daughter." Courtney didn't say anything for a long time. She just stared at the ring on her finger. Then she yanked it off hard, tossed it across the patio. It hit the floor and rolled into the grass. "You lied to me," she said. Her voice wasn't loud, but it shook. "You used me. You used her. You don't even know what love is." Travis tried to grab her hand. She backed away, like he was contagious. "You said I was everything she wasn't," she said. "But turns out, you're everything I never needed." And then it unraveled. Guests started whispering. Some grabbed their things. I saw two older women giving each other looks like, "I told you he was trash." Someone pulled out a phone, recording everything. That video hit Facebook before I even got back to my car. But it didn't end there. The next day, Courtney's dad called the bank, reported the ring charge as fraud. Since it was under my name, I gave them everything: texts, voicemails, receipts. Travis got flagged for financial abuse. Then came the job loss. His boss, a friend of Courtney's uncle, didn't want the drama. Fired him within a week. A month later, I heard he was sleeping in his cousin's garage.
Good.
But I wasn't done.
He still had a few of my things.
Laptop.
Tools.
A leather journal my grandma gave me. So I filed a small claims case. Dragged his sorry self into court. He showed up in a wrinkled shirt, looking like life had dragged him through every gutter in Missouri. I showed up in clean jeans and a fresh haircut. I won. Naturally.
He tried to protest.
Said I was vengeful. The judge just said, "Looks like she's finally getting her piece back." Travis didn't even look at me as he walked out. But I watched him, limping,
Defeated.
his pride bleeding out all over the courtroom floor. And that ring? Courtney mailed it back to him, in pieces, with a note that said, "For your next lie." After court, I thought it was over. I thought I'd put the nightmare behind me. But men like Travis, they don't vanish. They rot in silence, then try to claw their way back into your peace. 3 weeks later, I started getting blocked calls. At first, I ignored them. Then I got a text from a new number. I messed up. "Can we talk?"
Just one last time.
I blocked it immediately. But they kept coming. Different numbers. Different angles. "You owe me this." I need to explain. "It's not what you think." Then it got weirder. One night, I came home and found my apartment door scratched up. Just a few gouges low on the frame. But enough to scare me. I called the landlord. He checked the cameras. Someone had tried to pick the lock, failed, and walked off into the dark. No clear face on the tape. But the limp? Same one Travis had in court. That's when I knew I wasn't safe. I got a restraining order. I moved apartments. Didn't tell anyone but my cousin Tara and my boss. Switched my phone number. Started carrying pepper spray and a small pocket knife my dad mailed me after I told him the story. I should have seen it coming, but I didn't expect what happened next. A few months passed. I started to breathe again. That's when Courtney messaged me. It was a long, rambling DM on Facebook. She apologized again. Said she'd started therapy. Said she couldn't stop thinking about how close she came to marrying a man who used both of us. Then she said something strange. He contacted me again. Said he's a changed man. He told me he still thinks about me and that you lied to make him look bad. I asked if she believed him. She replied, no. But it got me thinking, what else has he lied about? We started talking, swapping stories, sharing receipts, literal and emotional ones. That's when we figured out the bigger betrayal. Turns out, while he was with me, he was also staying with a third woman in Kansas City. Weekends he told me he was at the shop. He was in her apartment, eating pasta, and telling her he loved her. Courtney reached out to her. The girl's name was Jordan, a nurse. Sweet, quiet, and completely blindsided. She had no idea about either of us. And just like that, a chain reaction started. We formed a group chat, me, Courtney, and Jordan. Shared everything. The lies. The copied texts. The same cheesy nicknames. The same dream garage story. He told all three of us we were his future.
And now?
We were done letting him get away with it. Once we compared timelines and receipts, there was no doubt. Travis had been juggling all three of us for over a year, maybe more. Same sweet lines, same promises, same look in the eyes. Just enough charm to keep us loyal. Just enough lies to keep us blind. We weren't angry anymore. We were furious. And when fury connects three women who once thought they were enemies, that's when things get dangerous. Courtney had the idea. She said it slowly, like she wasn't sure if she meant it yet. What if we exposed him?
Publicly.
Jordan, who'd barely spoken for most of the call, said quietly, I want people to know who he really is. I didn't argue. So we planned it. Jordan invited him to meet her in Kansas City for a fresh start. Told him she missed him. Said she wanted to see if there was still something there. He agreed, of course. Like a moth flying straight into the fire. Courtney and I rented a hotel room one floor above hers. We set up cameras,
Wrote a full timeline.
printed text messages, compiled receipts, voicemails, screenshots. It wasn't just a folder. It was a damn book. When he showed up at Jordan's apartment that Saturday, he walked into a trap. Jordan opened the door, hugged him, and said, let's talk inside. He smiled like a man who thought he won. That's when Courtney and I stepped out from the hallway. His face went white. Like the blood drained out of him all at once. What the? I dropped the folder on the coffee table. We know everything. Every lie. Every woman. Every scam. He turned to Jordan. You set me up? She nodded. You lied to me. Courtney added. You lied to all of us. We let him flip through the folder. He got halfway through the first page before throwing it across the room. This is insane. You're obsessed. No, I said. We're done. Then I played the final voicemail he sent me just 3 weeks ago. The one where he begged for sex and promised he'd leave that clingy nurse soon. Jordan heard it. Her hands were shaking. You used me, she whispered. Then she did something I didn't expect. She picked up her phone, dialed a number, and calmly said, Hey, this is Jordan. I have a patient in my life I think is showing signs of mental instability and harassment.
He's here right now.
Can you send someone? His face twisted. You can't do this, Courtney interrupted. She's not. We are. We left before the cops arrived. Didn't wait around for the show. But we heard through Jordan later he got detained for making threats. Turns out, he had an outstanding ticket and failed to show in court last month. They held him overnight.
Small win.
But the bigger win? We posted the full file online.
No edits. No names changed.
His face. His texts. His own words. The whole truth. We shared it in a group called Women Protecting Women Missouri. Over 12,000 members. It went viral. He lost what little work he had left. Got blacklisted from 2 shops. Even the guys who used to defend him started backing away. Because now, when someone searched his name, they didn't see a charming mechanic.
They saw what we saw.
It's been a year since that day. Courtney went back to school. Jordan's dating a teacher now, someone who doesn't use sweet words like a trap.
Me?
I moved again. Started a small cleaning business. I work my own hours. I sleep in peace. Sometimes, people ask if I ever loved him. I did. But I love myself more now. And every now and then, I remember his words, "She's everything you're not." And I laugh. Because I think, you're damn right.
She is.
And thank God for that.